Welcome back to the channel. I'm Five Finger Tree Punch, and this is month 14 of the Hardcore series. We're still live, still getting into it. The project for this month was I wanted to make the lanterns, put them in the little crevices that I had built around the second floor of the mega base that I am working on, which isn't nearly done, not even close. And my idea for them was to use Shroomlights for the lit part of them. It doesn't look super spectacular, but it's sort of easy to get the Shroomlights, so I thought I'd go with Shroomlights. And I definitely didn't want to do a lot of farming in the Nether because the Nether is Danger Town, of course. But so I brought the Nether to me, and I got some of this dirt that I used my Silk Touch to get, and you can also turn Netherrack into this Nillium dirt here, or blocks if you use, I believe you have to use bone meal on it, and it will turn into it. Something like that. Yeah, I did it a little bit, but it's been a minute since I've done it again. But I had plenty. I just need a little bit of surface, and I was going to throw down some crimson shrooms, and I would be able to grow all of the trees that I needed and get my Shroomlights. So that's what I did. I just threw them down like this. And I threw down a couple because even though I do have plenty of bone meal, I thought maybe they'll grow on their own sometimes and I won't have to waste as much bone meal. But yeah, basically just do that, bone meal it, grows up, and I just cut out all these Shroomlights that I'm going to need. I'm going to need quite a bit because each side of the lantern is a 4x5 area of just the Shroomlight area that I'm going to need. So that's 20 times 4 sides, that's 80, and then I'm going to need 4 of them for all 4 sides of the mega base. So that's 320 Shroomlights. It sounds like a little bit, but it's actually quite a bit because of the way I'm having to farm it by growing these trees and then chopping them. And I'm using the hoe because the hoe is the premier tool when you are chopping these trees down and the Shroomlights, and it goes way faster. So luckily I had plenty of diamonds to go and do that. And I transitioned right over into the place I said I wasn't going to go. Yeah, okay, I said it. And I own up to it. But at the rate that I was doing it on my own in the overworld, I didn't think I was going to be able to get it done in the month time that I had set to get it done. So I figured I was going to have to go straight into the Nether and just run around and find a bunch of trees and just farm out the Shroomlights that I needed. So yeah, did a little bit of farming in the Nether even though I didn't want to, and even though it's quite dangerous. You can hear the piglins just oinking away in the background, just waiting for me to forget to put gold armor on of some sort and actually get into a little bit of trouble here in a little bit. But yeah, because I believe one of the hoglins rolled up on me. Yeah, this one right here. Yep, he is the culprit that ends up getting me in trouble. So I'm running around chasing this little dude, and for a split second I thought there was another one right there, so I smacked him, and it was not a hoglin, that was a piglin. And yeah, that draws the attention of all the hoglins in the area. As you can see right there, there's a lot of hoglins. And I guess I kind of stood here for a second to see if they weren't going to attack me, but I don't think the fire was enough. They're in attack mode, and they just totally ignore the fire, because I believe they're supposed to run away from that fire. But yeah, look at that. That was a quick getaway I had to get. They were coming for me. So I just did a little bit of farming in the Nether just to catch up with the Shroomlight farming because yeah, I got a little bit behind, and I just wanted to make sure I was going to be able to get this done for the month because I kind of have a set project in my mind usually for the month. So that was the project I had set. So yeah, I did a little bit of dangerous farming, and I started constructing one of the lanterns. And since I had a good bit of Shroomlights so far, at least enough to complete one of them. And I'm doing, I believe it's spruce on the corners, and then I strip them. So it looks pretty good. It's not the most amazing thing you've ever seen, but you know, it looks alright. From a distance, I think it looks even better, and I'll get a shot of that here in a second. But yeah, as you can see, it's 4 wide on each side, and then I build the lit part up about 5 more blocks. So yeah, I'm over here looking for a lantern because I kind of forgot what the lantern looked like, or I forgot exactly how tall it was. So, and I forgot how I had originally done it. I have a video on it. I'll try to link that up above, and I have a tutorial on how to make this, even though it's not terribly intricate. but I made one anyways, you know, because I think it looks pretty cool, and it definitely turns out to be a nice addition to this build. It brings some life to it, I think, so that's cool. But yeah, I had to run downstairs and go get an actual lantern from my chest, and I was just hoping I have some because I don't usually just keep, and I looked at the lanterns from the ceiling, I was like, nope, not taking the ones from the ceiling. Gotta have one. Yep, and I have 7, so that's plenty. All I need is one. Just one lantern as a template for what I'm trying to build here. So yeah, go back up and I throw it down because yeah, I just got a little confused about what I was doing. And if I plop one down right here, yeah, as you can see, it's a lot more intricate than what I'm building, but there's only so many colors to be had. And I've tried mixing this with glowstone in the past, or actually pushing back the lights in a block, but I don't know, it just didn't seem right when I did that. And the glowstone looked okay, but glowstone is just as difficult to get as this Shroomlights were, because yeah, most of the glowstone in the nether, not only is it in the nether in Danger Town, but it's usually like really high up or on a ceiling somewhere and you have to build up. And then I went out in the water and took a little look at it with this weird face I got going on with this mega build. I'm gonna add way more to the outside, and hopefully it won't look so much like a face once I get a lot of the decoration and a little more depth on the outside with some more structures of some sort. I don't know if I'm gonna do a balcony or not, but yeah, definitely want to get some more stuff going on the outside. And yeah, you can see it from a distance from the ocean. Looks pretty decent. I like the way it looks. I want to do chains holding it from the top, but I couldn't quite work it out, and I tried using the new chains that they added recently that you can craft, but they're way too thin to see from any kind of distance, and they just really don't match up to the size of that lantern. So figured since it's supposed to be like a mage tower, then I'll just let them float there because it's magical. And I did a lot of farming on those Shroomlights, and I need a little bit of break, so I thought I would move these contraptions inside the mega base because yeah, just having to run back and forth, and it's a little tedious and time consuming, and sometimes I'm just really short on time because yeah, these days go by really quick, and sometimes they run up on me when I'm least expecting it, and I gotta go find a bed real quick. I've been trying to make a habit of carrying a bed around with me because yeah, that should be like hardcore safety 101. Always carry a bed with you at all times, because if it gets dark and you have nowhere to go, it's real easy to just go to sleep and reset the day, which is what I did here, because yeah, this is a really large open area around here, and I feel like I don't have it 100% lit up, so I'm like trying to get in this bed right away, as you can see as I'm pummeling this bed. But yeah, I gotta reset the day. Don't want a creeper rolling up on me when I'm in the middle of trying to build stuff, because that'd be no bueno. Pretty sure I won't survive a creeper explosion at point blank range. Haven't survived them in the past, so I don't think. Yeah, hardcore, they hit so much harder than on the other modes. And I did a little bit of my farming because I also get a good amount of XP from smelting the potatoes into baked potatoes, and then I just compost them for the bone meal. So yeah, it's a win-win. I get bone meal and XP. So yeah, that's why I have these set up, and I still kind of do them. And I almost got myself in trouble here again because I just want to kind of finish up what I was doing there, but it was already getting dark. So luckily I ran inside quick enough before had any ridiculous spawning. Now nothing should spawn inside the mega base because, as you can see, almost at every little cross section of the floor I have torches everywhere. And I do kind of want to switch that out with Shroomlights. I thought that looked pretty decent when I did that, or at least do an outer ring. And this is a look at me moving them, these my automatic furnace systems I got going here. I got them all set up here now, all inside. Now I don't have to keep running around. And usually what I do, because I also use this as a source of XP, is around the back side of them I will like break the hopper, and then I'll just wait for one more thing to smelt in the furnace, and then I pull something out, and then I get the full XP that was saved up in the furnace, or smoker, or blast furnace, what have you. And I thought I wanted to look a little bit decent in the back, so I went with, you know, some birch doors. I think they look alright. I don't know, you gotta tell me if it looks alright, or if the whole build in general looks alright. I think It's pretty alright, but I think it looks mostly cool because it's so large. And it did take quite a bit of time to build it all, but I'm not even close to done. And of course I gotta throw up torches because can't be having stuff spawning in the base. That'd be the worst. But yeah, it's coming along pretty nicely, and you can't have a month worth of game time without having pillagers stopping by to harass you. Yep, you see that? You see them over there? In my base. They don't have permission. I don't know who let them in. But yeah, I definitely need to put up some doors because they're all up in my business. And I didn't have a shield on me, but I was going to go ahead and go ham on these two and see how bad it was going to be. And it wasn't too bad. He has an enchanted crossbow, even though I don't really like using crossbows. And yeah, there's another one with another enchanted crossbow. And of course, I'm going to get the bad omen effect because he has a flag on his head, or the banner. So, not that I have to worry about that. Because I don't have any, well, on one of the SMPs, I set up a automatic, like, farm with a villager. And it required 2 villagers, and they would toss them back and forth, and the hoppers would eat up the food that they were tossing back and forth. And he had his own garden, and that's all he would do all day, is just farm up the potatoes. And that was, I believe that was the second to last, or that was the last SMP I did. And I set that up, and it worked out really great. I really would like to set it up again, but I ran into the problem is that I had the bad omen effect, and I came back to my base, and then it instantly started a raid on my mega base. So yeah, I did not intend to do that. I forgot that the bell officially makes it a village. And yeah, I thought this was something I wanted to do, kind of show, you know, all the stuff. Look at this stone, 41,000 plus stone I have mined up so far on the hardcore series after 14 months, or you could say a year and 2 months. Yeah, quite a bit of nether wart blocks going there. 6,000. I would have thought I had more nether wart blocks, but no, I didn't. Grass blocks, 4,000. Dirt. I would have figured I had way more dirt, but most of that dirt must have been came from me terraforming for this current mega base. Carrots, yeah, I was going pretty ham on carrots there for a minute. Andesite, yeah, you run into a lot of andesite while you're mining, and I do a lot of mining sessions, so yeah, those numbers are pretty high up there. There's a couple thousands there. Stone brick wall, yeah, that was when I did the wall, and then I got sand and a lot of coal ore, of course, because yeah, mining, and you need coal because it takes a lot of wood to smelt up to get enough for what you need, which I don't have a problem with anymore because I have the automatic kelp farms. Cobblestone, yeah, that's obviously me mining up stuff I've already placed down. But yeah, picked up, that's a picked up section. And what's that draw? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of categories on here. I don't usually get into the statistics on my worlds, but thought it'd be pretty cool. There's 3,000 potatoes. Yeah, I think I would have had more than that. That's the mined potatoes. And over there, 10,000. That's probably how many I picked up, because it usually drops more than 1 potato once it's grown all the way up. And 181 diamond ore. Pretty decent. Yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. 181 of the ore, so I probably have way more diamonds than that, because I did get Fortune 3 on my pickaxe eventually. And there's the 347 Shroomlights. I needed 320. So I don't know what I did with it. Oh, I think I know what I did with those. They're over in the nether base that I made. Yeah, that's where those other Shroomlights are. And netherrack? Yeah, 34,000 netherrack I farmed up. And that was probably from me trying to farm up all that netherite, the new ancient debris, while I was making all those passageways. I just made tons of passageways. So yeah, that's a lot of netherrack you gotta chomp through. And don't have much to do with netherrack. And spruce logs, yeah, over 4,000, getting up close to 5,000 spruce logs. I am a spruce log-aholic. There is no doubt about that. If you know me, I gets my tree chopping on, and hence the name 5-Finger Tree Punch, because I do punch quite a bit of trees, if you still count it as punching when you're using an axe. So, but yeah, what, 52,000? What was that? Oh, that must be how many blocks I've mined up with the diamond pickaxe or something like that. But there's a look at the finished product right there. Yep, it's all done. Take away the user interface so you can see it in its full glory, and yeah, took pretty much all month to finish these up. I only had a little bit extra time to run around, do some other stuff, and I think I finished up maybe like one or so couple days game time left to run around after I completely finished it. And I was still working out, did I want to hang it with like a chain from the top, or do I not want to? And I just went ahead and decided, nah, we just won't. It's a magic castle, magic tower. It's gonna be floating, cause we magic like that. It'd be like that sometimes, okay? You gotta be magical. It might seem a little suspect from the outside, like, yeah, that's not supposed to be hanging like that, is it? But there's nobody else on the hardcore, you know, it's just me, so. And there's no villages here for the villagers to laugh at my floating lantern, so it'll be just fine like that. I think it looks fine. You'll have to tell me in the comments what you think of the lanterns and how they came out with it, or if there's something else I could add to them to make it look a little bit, give it a little more jazz. And I think this might be one of the projects I want to work on next month for month 15. This is the area I'm decided that I'm going to do the nether portal at. I have one outside down in the mine shaft, but obviously it's way too far and that's just a hassle, so I need to bring that inside. And I'm going to have to be wary about where it's actually going to place that on the other side. And I did get around to bringing my enchanting table inside. I don't know if I want to leave it like this. I really couldn't work it out because of the sizing of it, because, I don't know, the floor pattern is in a evenish type pattern, and that the enchanting table setup is in like an odd numbered block setup. So yeah, I had to put it at an angle. I thought it looked alright. But yeah, the Mega Base coming along pretty nicely. I do want to really increase its size, work on getting more levels, but I want to have something to put inside each level at least, which is probably going to be completely filled with different kind of farms. And I did end up putting like an outline around that because it just seemed too bland without having the outline around it, but that just made it look more like eyes, unfortunately. It looks like, I don't know, one of the ghosts from Pac-Man or something. And I remember I was really happy with the way the texturing came out, on the way I did switching the blocks back and forth on the walls. And it looks pretty nice. But that was the month 14. We made it. We will make it even further, and we want to make it as far as we can. So, you know, I think the longest hardcore series that I've ever heard of was a 5-year series. I don't know if that was in game time or in actual lifetime time, but I mean, if it was just a time thing, then I could just pull up an old hardcore series and be like, yeah, 5 years. But so I'm assuming it was in-game days, 5 years worth, and at 14 months, that puts us not really that close, because there's also Luke the Notable. I believe he did 1,000. I think it was 1,000 days. So yeah, that 1,000 days puts him at probably close to 3 years worth of game time on hardcore. So unfortunately, I need to figure out exactly how I need to back up this world in case something happens, like, because I've been updating to the new updates. I've done a lot of updates this expansion with 1.16. I think we're on number 4 now. Yeah, I'm still sitting at 1.16.2 right now because I like to have the Optifine running so I can do the zoom, and it helps with my frames. So yeah, they did a lot of updates, and every time I update it, always like, do you want to back up your world? Could get messed up. But yeah, that finished out the month. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, go ahead and smash that like button, and if you're not already a subscriber, consider subscribing. It's just one click away and you'll get the videos if you hit the notification bell anytime I put out new videos. I had a little break here, just had some stuff going on, but I'm going to get back into doing the videos as regularly as possible and beef them up. And I will see you all next time in month 15. See ya!